I've got who the three voices are. I think I know. And... yeah, I'm worried about telling you anything, because I think you might be one of them. You're on my suspect list, and sadly Nagi is too. Thankfully, you're not asking. Okay, I say that is a lie. However, I have to be very careful, because at the moment Himeno has the biggest erase forecast, so I'll need to make sure that I divert some suspicion away from her. So far, it's all been focused purely on... so that's the problem. Nobody that I trust has actually asked who that I think the traitor is, but... now, if we check this vision history... and just... wow, look at that. Toya's is really, really high. Really high. Does that mean... is he maxed? I wonder if he is maxed or not. But, yeah, suffice to say, he's very high thanks to all of those assists. And Marco's quite high, too. Yeah. Again, battle rankings haven't actually changed all that much, though Himeno's fallen behind again. But again, yes, I got 3 voices here, and only 2 here, and the only person I changed was switching Mana to Yoko, which I'm sure means that I think I know who the 3 are, and since... which means I'm, yeah, almost positive who I know who the 3 are. Let's see if this all checks out. So 1 there, 2 there, and that would be Yusu, 2 there, and it's Yusu, 2 there, and it's Yusu, 1 there, and it's you, 2 there, and it is the both of you, 2 there, and it's you, and 3 there, and it's all of you. And now here is where I have a problem, because I have 2 people that I could potentially use vision on, and, well, yeah, I've got basically a 50-50 shot of getting it right. And here's the problem, though. If Nagi is the traitor, I'm going to have a very hard time getting her erased, unless I repeat a lot of past missions and convince everyone else of my suspicions, because her battle performance has been amazing so far. If it's Sojiro, I might be able to manipulate things a bit, but if it's her, again, I don't want it to be her, because I've got her support up quite a bit. In fact, speaking of which, let's just check, see, Toya's at a very big smiley face at this point, and so is Marco. I guess I should try and get Toya up a tiny bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, we know it's not you. Wonder if that's enough for a gold one. Not quite. And again, I'm concerned about raising you up, because you could actually be a traitor. So let's raise you up.
Aw, man.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of doing that right now.
What?
Well, that was interesting. But, yeah. We don't want to just randomize this, because otherwise we could get someone innocent in the vote.
You're right.
And let's hope it's not you, because if it is you, that behavior is certainly quite suspicious, and we don't really want you keeping an eye on everyone like that. Do have some GP to spend, but here's the thing. Should I go for a vision now or not? Or should I leave you in suspense and save it for the actual vote? Because if I do a vision on either of you two, and no matter what the outcome is, I know who the answer is. Because if the one I do the vision on is safe, it means the other one is a traitor. And if they're a traitor, well, that basically settles it. So, just wondering how to do this. I will have to use a vision point on either of you someday. Will that be today or not? Because if they actually are, I will have to start taking steps to ensure that I sway everyone else's vote towards them. Shouldn't be too hard if I replay some earlier low-level maps just so I don't get too over-leveled and talk to people after battle. Should I or should I not? Or maybe I could do it now, and then cut that part out of the video, and only show that... I just had an idea. I feel like a massive jerkish troll now, but I had an idea of how I can leave you all in suspense. So... I'm going to go ahead and use a VP now. But I will actually cut that section out of the video out, and I'm not going to show it until we're inside the Judgment Room. That way, I'll keep you guessing right until it comes to the vote. So, also I'll keep you guessing as to who I use the VP on. So, I'm about to use the VP, but for you, things are going to cut off. Okay, this just occurred off camera while I was doing a, repeating an earlier mission, but I think I just realized something. So these skills that say required and then a different character's power, from what it looks like, I can actually use this now, which I think means I've been thinking about these the wrong way. They don't require you to equip the fate materia of an erase character. They just require that character with that power to be in your party. So look at this, I can use Friend Portal here to teleport myself next to an ally, which requires Brain Hacker, which is one of Yoko's abilities. But I can use that despite the fact that Yoko is still with us, and yeah, I think I thought about this wrong. These skills don't require the fate materia of the character, they just require that character to be present. I think either that or somebody with that character's fate materia to be present. Does Naki have any of those? No, I think it's just him who has that at the moment. That's actually kind of interesting. Oh, wait a minute, I don't have that option. Oh, okay, I think I know what that means. You have to... Okay, I had that option because Yoko deferred to Agito. That's really interesting. So basically, you can use those moves, provided that either you have that character's fate materia equipped, or that character defers to you. So for example, by deferring, so defer has other benefits other than just allowing the other one to take your turn. You actually are giving them a portion of your powers. So for example, if I deferred to Zenji here, Zenji would be able to, yeah, he can use Mirror Fist, which requires Brain Hacker. Okay, so deferring is much deeper than I thought it was. This is very, very interesting. I'll have to make note of this for later, because this is certainly... Yeah, I think I should prioritize learning some of these skills that require these things. And I believe that is... not quite all of them. Yeah, I'll see you back here later on. Okay, so I guess it's mission time now. And there's only one mission left here, and yes, I do want to do every optional mission in this one. I know that, I guess, hopefully you'll enjoy that. That's interesting. I actually had to go back and S-rank some of these, but can I keep up the streak of S-ranks here? Probably not, but we'll see. Forest Palace. Now, I did look at this map a little earlier, and there is one, but thankfully this is the Arbaris, the boss from the previous floor, not this floor. They're also all only level 12, which is interesting. Though there are quite a few of them, they are more numerous than we are. A few possible strategies that I could use here, but firstly I just want to explain something. Just to keep you all in suspense, I am not going to use either of the two people who could potentially be the traitor. Just to keep you all in suspense. By this point, I know who it is, but I'll leave you hanging for a little while longer. So let's use some other people, and we have a bit of a bunched up group of enemies there, so I think I'd like to put Himeno in either position 3 or 6, probably 3. Now, I have heard that you can actually change Shou's position. I didn't know this before, so that might be... I don't know, let's just see where he defaults to all the way back there, but hopefully that's a decent position for him to be in. Now, someone with good movement might be useful here to get behind some of these enemies, and Argentine did pretty good against the last Arbara, so I might want to bring him. Now, I'm just wondering whether I'll talk about my strategy when we actually get into the map itself. As for other people, now, I want to go in and see who has the lower combat performance, but that might spoil because I have been doing a few earlier missions just to try and sway the votes my way. So due to that, actually Marco's quite high on the performance list, so that's interesting. Marta's actually got a little lower, so might want to put her in. The Arbaris doesn't seem to like getting ganged up on from behind, so might have a couple of you there. And actually, I haven't actually used Toya in a while. But I want to send him because his area of effect attack might be quite useful against that bunched up group of enemies. And space for one more that can't be one of these two, and that is... I've been using Yoko a bit lately just to get her ranking up a little bit, so... and Marco is quite high, so... I guess let's go with Zenji. I know a lot of people in the comments so far have been really, really frustrated that Zenji is not the traitor for this floor because everyone seems to hate him. I just generally don't like to think that way. I'm not the kind of person who's all like, oh, I wish this person was the traitor because I don't like them. Like, I mean, even back in Awakening, okay, I didn't like Henry, but even I would not intentionally kill him off in battle. I mean, even I would draw the line at that. So anyway, we have this door here, and see, here's the thing. Do we just all go for the switch first, or do we leave a couple of people back here to ambush the enemies after we've hit the switch? I think that is actually what I might want to do. Himeno's bad movement is just such a problem, though. Okay, they have 2 melee and 2 of those Gravis enemies.
Let's get this show on the road.
You, I think, will stay behind. Oh. And wait. Oh. Okay, so it's only a certain kind of gate that he can't go through. This changes things. Theoretically, I could actually just have him jump in, but then that exposes him to a lot of potential enemy attacks. Does that bring down this gate, though? Interesting. That could actually change my approach entirely. I may end up regretting this, but what happens if I try and access this terminal?
And away we go.
It does bring down the gate early, and I actually still get to attack you. And let's go for Armor Crush to start things off by lowering your defense. By the way, this is actually a defeat all enemies mission, and not a defeat boss mission. So, oh, got crit, that's unlucky. So attacking the boss now does not necessarily make things, you are out. If I go for Torpedo Fist, I won't get assists off. That case, I may actually send you this way.
Oh.
Gotta be kind of careful here.
Let's go.
But chances are those enemies are not actually going to start moving yet. Though I am a little concerned about the potential of sniper mode.
Well then.
Huh. In this case, Toya could head this way. Of course, I don't actually get to attack you unless I use Coil Shot. I've noticed that his Thunder attacks, and wow, Thunder-based area attack, that is actually very long-range area attack. That's... And the same power as regular Thunderbolt at the cost of only the exact same GP as well, just 10% more sanity. I think this thing is marginally weak to specials, so I'll go for Thunderbolt.
What a nasty shock.
Wow, Toya, you... Well, I was gonna say you suck at making puns, but then I just realized puns are inherently bad, so everyone technically sucks at making puns. This thing's going down pretty quickly, actually. Yeah, let's go for another one. This might actually do it. Actually, this will almost definitely do it. Goodbye, Arbaris. You get the honor of dying by the scenery because the camera just loves shoving itself into walls. Let's see now. Okay, if I do that, I'll have 3, each taking on 4. Might not be a bad idea to actually head this way and, link up with Mana for some extra physical power. The interesting thing about Zenji is that unlike... And they are moving! That is... annoying. Well, you're entering sniper mode, so I don't need to worry about an assist from you. And, well, this... What are you doing? Oh. I was about to say this, I can just counter you, but then I realized that you're doing that. And this could be bad. Oh, and you didn't even attack. Those punching enemies are kind of interesting because they sometimes use debuffs on you. Is that a back attack? No, that's a... Oh yeah, Vantage, awesome. Yeah, I have learned Combat Sense on Show now, so I essentially have Vantage, which is pretty cool again. So, Vantage... Oh, wait, Vantage doesn't seem to work on that. Nice dodge there. That could have ended badly. Okay, unless that doesn't work on area attacks or only works on certain attacks? Interesting. Now, Toya is somebody I know I can trust, so if I get him into a position where I can... Unfortunately, if I go for a sweep, I don't get assists, which could not be such a good idea. I only get 1 assist if I go there, I get 2 assists there. Might want to save his sanity. I don't want any more ill-timed berserks. And double slice. Another one down. So it looks like these... Oh, yes, and the show is actually kind of heavily injured, so I might want to just... Oh, yeah, I do have a new ability, Rubble Strike. Okay, that's a center around yourself range attack. Interesting. Let's just see how much this does.
I know your moves. Tear him apart.
Okay, that was just comically underwhelming. It's just like shoot the ceiling, and I'm like, oh, a giant chunk of mesa is gonna fall down. Oh wait, just tiny pebble. Almost reminds me of the earthbending scenes that I've watched from the last Airbender movie. Yeah, they look pretty hilariously stupid. Oh yeah, I can use Torpedo Fist, except I won't get the assist if I do that, so I could just go for... Barrage!
Come on! Over here!
And so, Zenji does this, And yeah, oh, she was out of range to assist. See, this is one thing I don't like about Himeno. Her assist range is incredibly short. Anyway, he performed the come on attack. That's not quite as funny as back when, okay, can I not hit you? Well, that's annoying. Yeah, because the radius is centered around the enemy, and I think Zenji is in pretty much the absolute bare minimum to be able to get friendly fired by that.
Away we go.
Let's see. Let's get Zenji out of that range. Seems like... Okay, yeah, I can get both of them there, but I think I might just defer to Zenji just to get him the heck out of there. I will say that Zenji using those physical pummeling attacks actually does seem pretty in character for him, so I do like this link for him, if mostly for that, and I cannot get too close. Okay, may as well go for this. He might still be in range.
I'll turn you to ash.
Nice back attack there, though. He is not, thankfully. And it looks like Himeno herself is immune to her own area attacks, which is at least, that at least makes a lot of sense and seems quite useful, but do I get... Doesn't look like I can get assist, though. Oh, what am I thinking? You can't get assists on area attacks anyway. Yeah, only single target attacks are allowed assists. I just want to go for this then. Searing Blast!
Is that all?
She's powerful, but she is very difficult to use, and you're the only one left who has movement. Okay. Sadly, you don't really have any area attacks. How much health do you? You still have quite a lot of health. In some ways, I want to just, I restocked some, but don't want to waste my health capsule plus, but I restocked some of my healing items.
Here.
Including the revives. Now, I did that, but I didn't want to bunch up too close, because otherwise... And that gets a counter with... an assist with you. That is worrying. Don't shoot him in, or please. Fortunately, she is going to get hit by that, and she's down, yeah. Low defense, low movement, and low range. It's just kind of a bad combination for her. At least you're not using the status attack, that's good. Or the debuff. Oh, none of them used any status attacks or debuffs. Yeah, I was actually staying away because they can use this... I mean, you've seen it before, but that area of effect debuff they can use... I wanted to make sure they wouldn't be able to hit both Sho and Agito with it, because that could kind of not be good. Okay, let's see what happens if... Can I get in range for a sweep? Or better yet... Though, if I try and use Thunderstorm, Sho is probably going to be in range. Yes, he is. He'd better get back.
My head.
But I can stay in range, though, although that's a moot point since I don't actually get assist for area attacks. Gotta keep remembering that. Because the enemy certainly loves to abuse that. Go for those sweeps on those little drone things just so they don't get countered. I'll worry about your group later. Yeah, his sanity is going down. It's kind of the whole system of, well, chances are he doesn't actually get hit by his own Thunderstorm. The whole system of the fact that you lose sanity for getting hit as well as for using gifts. Nice double kill there. As well as for using gifts, it adds it's a kind of an interesting layer here because you can't get too close and then just spam your gifts because every enemy attack is going to lower your sanity as well. Speaking of which, his sanity is getting kind of low, but mana, hers is still fairly high, so I might use her to attack here. I think you're higher priority because I just do not like these shooting enemies. And well, she goes for the there combo. My only worry is that if I do revive her, she's going to go down again immediately. So, oh, please tell me that I don't need, that I don't need Nagi to get that. And this whole area just screams is hiding some kind of a file. Also, I've only recently noticed that there are these walls in this area that have this weird glowing energy in them. It looks like there's just these breaks in reality a bit, which looks kind of freaky. Yeah, I think I'll just focus on clearing these guys out, and then I'll revive. Assist punch! One thing that I've been meaning to say for a while, but I didn't, is that I had Zenji copy Marco once, and basically, due to his high defense, he took no damage from a double shot from one of those Gravis enemies, and it resulted in him saying, "Dumbass," which sounded kind of hilarious. It was like he was spelling it with an O. Or something. Ah, backshot. And is that an area? Yes, it is. And another backshot. Okay, well, I think those two are the only enemies left on the map. This actually went very efficiently, thanks, no doubt thanks to Agito there. If we didn't bring him, then chances are we would have taken much longer here.
Oh, my goddamn head!
Oh, right, she's, you know, starting to go crazy. That, I guess, does the exact same thing as that other thing did, and... Well, I'm gonna shoot you anyway. Nice crit back attack.
Let's get this show.
Oh, his sanity's going down. Yeah, I want you to be able to get to that chest, and I wonder if I'm able to boost you just far enough. How far can Toya go? Let me just check how far Toya can go. He can go all the way there, alright.
And away we go.
So you need to just head all the way round to the edge of there. Or as close in line to that chest as you can. Recover sanity on the one person who doesn't really need it at this point. Yeah, you really, especially later on in the game, when it's like, you can't do that, you're out, aren't you? Especially later on when it's like, you can't really do much damage to enemies without using gifts, but the more you use gifts, the more, your sanity goes down, and that's bad. Although I have heard that later on in the game, it is actually quite useful to intentionally go berserk. Also got to be careful about deferring. Oh, please tell me that I can actually stand on this without, There we go, I can actually open it, thank you. Stun grenade.
And away we go.
Oh, I am not in range of anything though, am I? Yeah, they're too low for me to hit from here. Well, that just delayed the battle by a turn, but it was a stun grenade from the looks of it, which could be kind of interesting. Seal. Okay, that's a new status effect, so I hope this chapter continues long enough for me to actually know what it... Oh, here we go, Seal. Unable to use gift abilities, and enemies inflict unable special attacks. Okay, 3 turns it will cure, and then you can use an... Okay, so basically it's the same as like things like Silence or Art Seal or things like that. She's running a little low. But, yep, counted. And that ends it. Yeah, so tip for getting a good rank on this mission, definitely bring Agito. I don't know if Nagi is able to fly over, yes, rank, nice. I don't know if Nagi's able to fly over that gate. I'm not entirely sure, but Agito can certainly phase through it. Probably should have revived him, but one thing that I'm wondering is, in this game, I don't quite know yet whether S ranks are dependent on just turn count, or whether it's turn count and total battle performance. I would like it better if it was both, because I tend to not be really a fan of ranking systems that are purely based on turn count. Yeah, it just doesn't feel that interesting to me if it's purely based on turn count. It's like you only have one thing to keep track of. When there's multiple things, like with Advance Wars, speed, power, and technique, you got like, okay, I have to do this quickly, but also I have to not lose too many troops, and I have to get a lot of the enemies as well. These are irrelevant to me now because I already have narrowed things down.
Why don't you show yourself?
And yes, only one, and I'm pretty sure that was Toya. Yeah, almost certainly was Toya. But anyway, that's mainly why I'm not really a fan of the hard campaign of Advance Wars 1. Okay, now if anyone asks me who I think the traitor is, you know what? I'm actually going to cut out this section right here, because this will probably spoil things for you. So, cutting this out now. Okay, so all of that, you should not have seen that, so yes, but I think I am swaying votes towards the one person I suspect. I have not got any conversations here, though. But I have noticed that lots of people are in this state now, probably from going on a lot of missions, except for Zenji and Yoko, surprisingly enough. I might need to get her up a bit. Yeah, we'll definitely need to get her up a little bit. Unfortunately, due to that, due to going down there, Himeno is kind of, lacking in terms of battle results at this point. Which is worrying, but thankfully I've diverted suspicion from her enough to the point where I don't think people are gonna... She's not gonna get erased, basically. At least I hope she's not. Anyway, what was I going for here? Oh yeah, this is the ultimate thing, but I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. Does require... I have realized recently that any skill that has 2 of these locks on it, so you can either get... Originally I thought it was you can either get here, for example, from level 5 Oblivion or level 3 Combat Alert. Actually, it's both. Anything that has 2 locks on it requires both paths to be opened up. So, for Oblivion here, I need level 3 Enlightenment and level 3 Mystic Shot. So, that is good to know. Now, what was I going for? See, the thing about Critical Shot is... it has a very short range. From that range, I'm not sure if you'd even need the high critical rate. Especially with all of Show's other critical boosting skills. Though I would like Lethal Pass. See, this thing is interesting. Weather forecast, I don't actually need to learn this. I'll automatically have this if Toya defers to Show. So, that is actually pretty cool. So that'll get me Foresight, which is, okay, a buff, which is pretty good. Requires Brain Hacker. That shouldn't be too hard to get. Except he has no points, so I don't really need to do this. Toya, yes, I've been getting Electron Mastery. I got Thunderstorm, Lightning Rod. Also adds 1 high voltage charge. Oh, okay. So basically, although you lose all charge if you're hit, that could be a problem. Lightning Boost is kind of like, you know, a lot of RPGs have skills like this. Like the moves that give you an element to your regular attacks for a few turns. Like, I know Bravely Default has it, I know, certain Final Fantasies have it. It's in a lot of things. This could be kind of useful. It's relatively cheap on sanity for a revival ability. See, Toya learns quite a lot of... like, he learns some physical gun skills, some, like, magical skills. Gatling Wave could be kind of useful. And he learns some debuffs as well. In fact, I might actually want to get Circuit Bind. Lowering movement could be useful, and again, Toya's also got good range. If I was equating him to a Fire Emblem class, the closest that I really find is Sniper, probably, because of his range. But even then, he's also partly Thunder Sage, and then partly Debuffer as well, so... these are all things that I will get later. Okay, what was I going for with Mana? Strong melee air attack, yeah, Earth Crash. I think I was going for that one, but that does require a few things. It requires recovery, focus breathing to restore GP. Yeah, Desperate Stance is a little bit of a too much of a risk for me to want to go for. Could go for Concussion or Range Melee Attack, range 6, and a Melee Area Attack. Maybe I should go for that one, actually, although I will need to level up Impact a lot to actually get that. Maybe I should go for Recovery. Might prove useful. As for Nagi, well, she could potentially turn out to be a traitor here, so... not sure what to upgrade, but... Well, let's upgrade something anyway, because her Fate material will actually carry over. And I'm pretty sure that once a character is erased, their skill tree just freezes, but anyone can use whatever skills they have learned already. So from here, I could go for... Wait a minute, have I got Acceleration yet? Okay, let's learn that. This was the one I was going for all along. Raises target's move could be incredibly useful. Interesting. As for Sojiro, I have got Revive. Does cost quite a lot of sanity, though, so at least I can take knowledge of the fact that if he does get erased, then I can give Revive to someone else. Though... Area Heal would be useful, but I just don't think that I have enough, yeah. I guess I could go for Strike of Samael. Psychic attack with a chance to instantly kill target. This also gives access to the side effects Fate materia for, yeah, in case he gets erased. Though I would have liked to, yeah, learn some more of his status effects. Now, Zenji, what was I going for here? Sizzling's kind of useful. I was actually going more for some of these skills. Mostly full Helix. This thing looks insane! So yeah, I'll level up Reversal to 4 and try and learn full Helix. Yeah, he can already do Instill Suffering or Mirror Fist at this point, provided that he gets the right Defer. As for Marco, I've heard Stab Them is quite a good attack. Though Stop It is, yeah, very, very useful. Don't Move is pretty decent. Melee attack with a high critical chance, with very, very long range. Yeah, I might actually want to go for that. I'll have to increase Master of Focus up a little bit, though. And you're nothing, and you... A phase item is actually not that bad. That could be useful later on. But I think I was... Another chance of instant kill. Yeah, I'm going for Group Shift, so I need to level up Vital Edge to 2. Okay, now Group Shift is unlocked, so I can learn that as soon as I'm next able to. I probably should be equipping the Sense material on someone else, but I do kind of like it on Agito at this point. But anyway, with every conversation done, I think that's basically all we can do at this point. I'd probably rather save my my energy for the next floor when more weapons are likely to be unlocked. So, next time, we will enter the Judgment Room. Who will go? For the second floor, now is the time of judgment. Progress will be saved, there's no going back, but I'm pretty sure that I've got the right person. I'm wondering if this will be shorter than the first one, seeing as, well, the first one was pretty much entirely scripted. So, once again we're in this room. This is the first real judgment, technically speaking. The first non-scripted one.
I'm impressed you made it so far.
Oh, hi, Evil Crom!
I suppose a round of applause is in order.
I'm imagining a very, very sarcastic clap here.
How about a round of go screw yourself, you dumbass? Now drop me out and fight us!
Yeah, as much as Zenji's a jerk, this guy deserves it, seriously.
You make us risk our lives while you watch us from high above. You have quite the twisted mind.
Cowardly maggot. Why don't you join us face to face?
Well, if we're in this chamber again, that can only mean one thing. Time to whittle away our comrades once again.
Yeah, though one of us is not a comrade.
You're having us do that again?
And considering it's random, the dialogue here, I'm not sure if it changes depending on who's the one randomly selected.
I don't want to kill any more teammates.
She's still like that.
But we don't know who the traitor is. And you expect us to kill them?
I think I
Do we
do.
have a choice in the matter?
Unfortunately, we don't.
What benefit do you gain from doing any of this? Do you actually enjoy all this, the end?
Hello. That was creepy. Yeah, the end hates Shaw for some reason.
You all have a choice before you. But it's not the choice of whether or not to kill. It's the choice of whom to kill. Whom to be killed by.
Okay.
No, I won't accept that. We all managed to get this far by working together. Can't we work together to overcome this too?
I wish we could, but, I wish there was some way to subdue the traitors non-lethally, but, we're kind of forced to do this to climb the tower.
I think we can assume the only way upward is for us to vote again. We can't just sit here, so there's really no alternative. We need to keep climbing. However sickening this whole affair may be.
Yeah, you got that
Quit
right.
jerking us around. What the hell do you want from us?
Exactly. Please explain some of your
You want to
motives.
Fight, then bring it on. Fair and square. Stand your ground, not this bullshit.
You know, maybe this is just what he wants. He might be one of those sadistic freaks that enjoys watching people suffer.
I'm pretty sure that's outright confirmed by this point.
So there's really no other way, huh? We need to go through with it?
I always feel bad for Marco.
No hard feelings, mates. I won't hold a grudge either.
Sorry, but I have no intention of stopping here. I will reach the top floor and kill the end. In order to accomplish that, I'm prepared to make any sacrifice and accept any sins I must commit.
Why does it have to come to this?
It is interesting how you get to see everyone's personalities and how they react to this kind of thing.
So we need to do this again.
Okay, that was much quicker. Yeah! And, well, we obviously can't vote for someone who's already been erased. The people with 2 votes this time are Agitor and Toya, both of whom I know are completely safe, so thankfully I can trust them, and that also means that I don't have to worry about the traitor having 2 votes. And in this case, you definitely can't vote for people who've already been erased, so I think it's time to show you that deep vision that I did earlier. It's time to probe your mind. Are you who I think you are, or not?
This is... Huh?
Well, that wasn't much. We must find out more info. Let's keep going.
That's a hollow sentiment in this current situation. Just be an act. This isn't good. She doesn't seem to have any external injuries. This could mean serious consequences. Erasing is not an option we can entertain. Like it. I'm not anxious to do it. Said of this is way out of my specialty. She doesn't. Interesting.
They're gone again.
Could mean serious consequences. The same rush I get doing surgery. I'm not anxious to do it. This is way out of my specialty. It's unlikely, unadvisable. Stopping here that we trust each other. This whole erase something's wrong here. It could be said of you as well. This isn't good. She doesn't seem to have any external. May all just be an atrocious hobby. I'm not anxious to do it.
Getting closer.
May all just be an. This isn't good. Though that's a hollow sentiment. Well, this is certainly a surprise.
Do you know I'm onto you or not? One more should do it.
This isn't good. This whole erasing business. Stopping here is not an option. She doesn't seem to have any external interest.
Where are those voices coming from? There we go.
We trust each other. I'm not anxious to do it, though that's a hollow sentiment in this current situation. It's like it's wrong here. It's the same rush I get doing surgery as well. Being serious consequences. This isn't good.
There you are.
Hollow sentiment in this current situation. We aren't destined to cross paths.
What do you mean? Sojiro, you're the... So you're the traitor.
Yes! With that done, we know who to vote for. In some way, I actually always suspected you from the very beginning. I'm sorry to have to do this, but the vision doesn't lie. You are the traitor for this floor. I'm sorry. Let's just hope he hasn't sabotaged the thing somehow. Checking the vote forecast, I think I have an idea who he was voting for as well. Yep, we got him. We got him. At least, I hope I'm right, but the vision shouldn't have lied to me.
Bravo! This is a true victory for you all.
Well, I guess he's straight up confessing
You should
it.
be pleased with yourselves for judging the correct traitor.
Huh, well, he's admitted it.
What can I say? I'm trained in medicine, not in acting. I make a poor con artist.
Yeah, something always seemed a little off about you, but this is going to be hard without our medic.
Oh well, that's all for me.
Well, that's abrupt. But at least I know I got it right. And at least I know that it lets you know if you got it right. And lethality beam, go! Someone's commented that this basically looks like exactly like lethality from Awakening. Yep, as a result of the vote, he has been erased. Unfortunately, Himeno had a little bit of false suspicion on her, but I'm pretty sure that Marco was the one that Sojiro voted for, because he had very high battle performance. I don't think there's any reason why anyone else would vote for him, other than that they were the traitor and they wanted to get someone that I trusted. Marco actually has one of the highest trust levels with Sho, so I get the feeling that that was Sojiro's vote. He wanted to make a last-ditch attempt to get someone who was closest to Sho. Interesting there. I think I'm figuring out how the traitors vote a little. I feel bad for Himeno, but yeah, I'll need to get her battle performance up a bit. I'm finding her very, very hard to use. But at least we didn't have an innocent erased. It's done.
We did it again.
Yeah. Wonder how this scene plays out if, she was the traitor and got erased. Obviously, characters who were erased don't speak in cutscenes later on. Well, obviously, so I am looking forward to doing a New Game Plus of this just to see how George Jackman reacts to some of the later scenes and how the lack of presence of other characters affects scenes. Like, one thing I'm wondering is, on a New Game Plus, if Agito was the first traitor, obviously the line about sound like a boring hobby from early on in this floor wouldn't have happened. And Sojiro's next line directly relates to that line, so I'm wondering how the rest of the conversation goes if Agito isn't present.
How much longer do we have to keep doing this?
Well, considering the number of question marks in the song list, I'd say 3 more floors. There are probably 5 floors because in between the 2 we have and the enemy phase song in the sound test, there are 3 question mark spaces.
We're murdering people. Their blood's on our hands.
Again, we don't exactly know if they're dead yet, so don't be too quick to judge.
Can we really say we're doing the right thing?
There's anyone to blame for this, blame the end.
I'm used to staring death in the face on the battlefield.
Yeah, well, she's a soldier. This kind of makes sense for her, but...
To take your comrade's life with your own hands.
Yeah.
A few minutes ago, we were allies, fighting side by side. Enter this room, and we turn on each other.
That is true. This is really the only room where you're allowed to turn on each other, which is, I guess, kind of interesting.
It's a pretty twisted system he's thought up.
Yeah.
Even if it's to save the world, I doubt we can go to heaven after all this. We've stained our hands in far too much blood to be honored as heroes.
Yeah. If George Jackman wasn't a traitor and he was here, he'd probably say something similar.
Man, I've had it up to here with this crap. We might actually save the world, but I'll never be able to sleep at night again.
Yeah, this does make sense, and this is why I'm wondering just what the true ending entails, because I get the feeling that the non-true ending is gonna be very bittersweet, and like, yeah, you may have defeated the end, but at what cost?
Such a pain in the ass. How much longer are you gonna make us do this?
Evil Crom, are you here? Hi, Evil Crom, there you are.
Congratulations. You have all earned the right to continue onward now.
Yes, have we earned the right to punch you in the face now?
Damn you.
I just noticed that he has yellow eyes.
If you feel such hatred, then continue your climb upward. Continue to select without being selected. I'll be waiting for you above.
And we have to go through more of this before we finally get to take you down. I'll certainly be looking forward to that moment, though.
We're coming. Just you wait. We will survive.
And not make references to cheesy songs, hopefully. And hopefully find out the reason why the end hates you so much.
Definitely kill you.
Yeah. Just be careful you don't go a little too far there with your whole revenge thing, because that's, yeah, that tends to not end well for characters. But it looks like we're about to enter the 3rd floor. I wonder what this one looks like. I have a vague idea, because I did look at the official website. Yeah, this is the mechanical section. That's what it's called. Literally, the mechanical section. I was about to call it the mechanical area, but basically the same thing.
We've managed to climb up again.
So yeah, we're on another floor, and now from this point on, the character's dialogue is going to have to be very ambiguous as to who the traitor was, because it's entirely random. People tell me in the comments, who did you get as the traitor for the 2nd floor?
Sacrificing the lives of others.
Oh, don't remind us of that. I'm trying hard to get it out of my head.
I don't think that needs to be said, Himeno.
Yeah.
Menno, everyone already understands this. You don't have to say things like that.
Yeah, so I'm wondering how this conversation would progress if she was actually erased here, because this conversation revolves around her. I'm guessing there's quite a lot of alternate dialogue in this game.
Because not putting it into words will help us forget? If that's the case, the way you think desecrates the memory of those who have lost their lives. Just because you've forgotten about it doesn't change the fact that they're dead now.
We understand that very well, but still...
So we need to remember that we're the ones who killed them. Is that what you're getting at, Himeno? You're a strict one. But I suppose that's how you show your kindness.
Since we're the ones who pulled the trigger, maybe we don't have a right to forget. It's something we're supposed to remember. It might just be fitting that people shouldn't be allowed to forget their sins.
You're so strong, Himeno. It's almost too much for me to handle. I just want to forget all about it. But I don't think any of us will forget what we've done. Himeno, I understand what you're saying. I have no intention of forgetting about the lives we've sacrificed. That's why I continue to climb.
Because they were sacrificed. That's a rather skewed way of looking at things. There isn't a single thing that the living can do for the dead.
Whoa, can't believe you said that. What about visiting loved ones' graves and stuff?
However much people pray, their message will never reach those who have died. Memorial services are held only to comfort those who are left behind. Nothing more.
So you're saying that doing something for those who died is merely for our own gratification?
In some ways, that is kind of true, but it's also a way of honoring their memory.
That may be so. Granting peace to the dead is nothing more than a delusion for the living.
We constantly obey the living world and follow our own desires. So don't force your reasons to move forward onto others. We need to move forward by our own accord.
I guess so. Himeno's a very interesting character, especially after a conversation like that. It's actually quite philosophical there.